Hello YouTube. Today we're going to be going through 9 out of my 21 fish tanks. These are the 9 that I have set up at my house right now. I do have plans to move them to the basement eventually, because the basement has a lot more room than this. And yeah, here's the fish tanks. I'm going to start with one of my favorite tanks. And when you first look at it, you might not see much of anything in here. There's an algae eater, or autosinkless. There's 2 in here. One likes to disappear and hide. But if you look closely, I'll probably circle those if I can edit the video. But it's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 banjo catfish that have all buried themselves. I'll see if I can get them to eat. I did feed them yesterday. I'll see if I can get them to eat this cube of brine shrimp. I'll probably have to. Here, let me just move this stuff off of the chicken wire. Okay, here's the cube. And watch them all come out of the ground. Usually when they smell food, they'll come shooting up out of the sand. Oh, there's one. You can see they love brine shrimp. And the second one here's still, there's the second one coming out. There's another one. It's on his way out of the sand. It's raining food. I love banjo catfish. They're so much fun. Yep, they're all 3 out. You see they got fat bellies. Oh, there he goes. Back into the sand. He just ate it off of his nose. Yeah, these are some of my favorite fish that I own. So fun to keep. Somewhat easy, but if you are gonna keep them, yeah, I'd recommend keeping them with sand. As you already seen, they like to bury themselves. They're funny. Yeah, they love brine shrimp. They ate an entire cube yesterday, and it looks like they're gonna eat a whole cube today. They're looking at me. Hello. I'll probably get some other fish for this, like probably this weekend, actually. I might get a couple of coolies. I'm assuming coolies can live with banjos, because coolies are a little too big for them to eat. And I might get some more autosinkless, get a good group of them going. Yeah, you can see they're still eating it. And yeah, they look like they've actually gotten bigger. I've only had them a few days and it looks like they're already growing. When I got them, they seemed a lot smaller. And then over here's the plant tank. You can see a lot of Java moss. I do have a little piece of Java fern that I put in here just yesterday. And then there's, I don't know if that's ever going to come back. That's a stem for Amazon swords. It's been in here a while. And there was some hornwort and another species of Java fern, but it looks like those may have rotted away. And yeah, you look around, you'll see a bunch of little aquatic snails. Those keep the algae under control. And then I don't know how it got in here. Probably came in with some of the plants I took from a lake. But there's a leech in here somewhere. I don't know where he came from, and I don't know what he's eating. But he's not hurting anything, so I'll just leave him be. He looks like a little eel swimming around. I've only seen him twice. Of course, he's not going to show up now. Then, if you look in here, it might be difficult to see them. I have a little group of mosquito fish. There's one. There's a couple. I usually feed them brine shrimp. That hornwort's growing a lot too. Yeah, I feed them brine shrimp. I'm trying to breed them and put them outside in the big pond. So far, it's not working. If enough people see this, could you guys please comment like what I should put in this tank? It doesn't have a heater. It's 10 gallons. And when I'm done with the mosquito fish, I'm gonna switch them to a separate tank. So I would like to know what I should put in here. In here is right now the big tank I have. I did have 4 butterflies, or butterfly fish, and the small one was named Tiny, but sadly a couple days ago he ended up dying. I'm assuming it's because these big ones were chewing on him, because he quit eating for 2 weeks after they would bully him, and yeah. And yeah, I've switched him to that 20 gallon. He was fine for a couple of days, but he would never start eating again. Yeah, this big guy back here, his name is Titan. He's probably the biggest one. I'd say maybe 4 or 5 inches long. And back there, I don't know what I should name him. He's just a little smaller than Titan. Then back here is the little dark one. So I can get a good... There, my camera focus is better for YouTube. Yeah, that darker one back there. I think I'll call him Jumpy, because he does like to jump. Every time I give him a cricket, he jumps out of the water several times. Which is why I have this covering the back of the tank. Zoom out. Yeah, I've got this chicken wire here covering the back of the tank way down with the rock. So yeah, he can't get out. There's several rocks in here. There's the white goldfish. I originally saved him. Oh crap. This tube slipped. It started draining one of my tanks. Just put that back up there. I used that tube to fill up my tanks. I've got lily pads that I saved from my grandma's pond. I've got Anubias tied to that piece of driftwood. Okay, the video cut off due to some technical difficulties. Anyway, so the lily pads I saved from my grandma's pond because it was drying up. They're doing really well in here. They've actually grown to where they're pressing on the lid. That's why I've got this light up here. And there's a little Placo back there. I'll upgrade him to a bigger tank eventually. He's a common Placo, and this is a 40 breeder. And in here somewhere, yeah, you can see his tail there. A spotted Raphael catfish. He likes bloodworms and brine shrimp, and he also likes to stay in this rock pile. It's been a while since I've actually gotten a good view of him. And in here I have another algae eater called a flying fox. I think they get about 5-6 inches long. Don't know where he's at right now. I usually see him like darting around all over the place. He's probably hiding. There's Titan. I feed these guys crickets. That's about all I've gotten them to eat. I've sometimes gotten them to eat flakes and small pellets, as well as like bloodworms. There's one time I got them to eat an earthworm, but that's it. I can't get them to stay on pellets. And yeah, I'm gonna fill this later today because I can see it's getting kind of low. Same with the 20 gallon. And there's this 29 gallon. With the convict cichlids. The reason there's so many of them is because they keep having babies and no one will take them. And I'm working on getting rid of all this algae. I'm thinking about just taking a sponge and cleaning the glass, because I can't put algae eaters in here. I've tried with like 3 different algae eaters and they've killed every single one, so I'm not putting any more in there. And then this 10 gallon. This isn't the heater for the 10 gallon, this isn't plugged in. I just put this in here so it wouldn't overheat after I unplugged it. So I had to switch that heater out for this bigger one. It wasn't heating the water up enough. And yeah, currently there's nothing in this 10 gallon except like duckweed. So if enough people see this, once again, please comment what I should add into this tank. This one does have a working heater. There used to be a crawdad in there, but he climbed out and I found him under my bed. He was dead. And then another decent tank. I'm gonna fill this up later as well. I have 2 little baby snapping turtles. There's this guy. This one's the most friendly. He'll come up to your hand most of the time. He's the little one. Here he is. And then the big one is probably buried again. He really likes doing that. Is that him there? No, that's a rock. Yeah, he's usually buried over here somewhere. My throat's being weird. I don't know where he is. He's in here somewhere. But yeah, when we got him, he was about the size of that one, and he's probably triple that size now. It's been a couple months. And here's one that I like a lot that made my parents angry. I have to turn the flash on so you can see. It's my fishing spider. To be specific, I'm pretty sure he's a dark fishing spider. My parents are very angry at me for getting this. But they didn't, they kind of had to let me have it because my grandma, she found this on her, like on the wall in her house. That's why he's only got 6 legs, because he's bigger than the opening of the jar. So when she pushed on the jar, it kind of cut off 2 of his legs. When he molts, he should grow them back though. And right now he's doing all right. He likes the little moss carpet I gave him. And then, yeah, I've given him super worms. They keep disappearing. I think he might be eating them. I put one in here and he jumped on it and he pulled it up the side. You can see the empty shell right there. And he's got water bowls. He drinks out of them. But yeah, there's my spider. And move some stuff. I'll do something with this tank. I think maybe today I'll probably take this and clean it out. Yeah, I'll get the mosquito. There's a mosquito fish in here. I know he's alive. But yeah, there's all that algae in there. I've put snails in here to eat it. But they're clearly not doing a good job. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll unplug it and just take it and clean it out. Make it look nice again. Yeah, that's the 9 that's in my room. If you want to see more of my fish tanks, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, once again, comment what I should put in that 10 gallon and that 10 gallon. I'll see you in the next video.